Coming up on the 30th of May is Brightlingsea's Blessing of the Waters.
Whatever your ship or wherever your sea, keep hauling, whatever your storm or rock may be. Keep hauling, boys, keep hauling ho, arouse and raise your voice, hold your course and don't let go. Keep hauling, boys.
I'm Roger Tabor. I'm chairman of Brightlingsea Blessing and Reclaiming of the Waters Committee. Brightlingsea, as you know, is a sink port. It's also a fishing port. And it's been holding these ceremonies of blessing of the waters for centuries. It's a beating of the bounds, in other words, marking out where our boundaries are. And we've had mayors, and they've been coming from Kent as part of the sink port, also local mayors taking part in this with all their robes and looking wonderful. The blessing service itself down at the Hard, and also the boats going out, our historic fishing boats covered in bunting as part of the whole event, going along Brightlingsea Creek and claiming our traditional rights to our own waters.
Our baggage sails running for the gales, rolling down to Brightlingsea.
Rolling down to Brightlingsea, rolling down to Brightlingsea. We're homeward bound from the fishing ground, rolling down to Brightlingsea.
Sadly, that can't take place this year because of the COVID pandemic, but instead we're holding a virtual form of blessing.
Each year, our blessing and reclaiming of the waters is a great event when we are joined in procession by dignitaries from Kent and Essex. We bless our boats and waters. We assert our rights to our own waters of Brightlingsea Creek. With a parade of our historic boats, our rights were challenged in the past by Colchester. But with the support of the Lord Warden, 350 years ago, we retained our rights to our waters. Due to COVID, we cannot have a full event, but we are having a semi-virtual one. Next year, we hope we can return to a normal, full event. I wish you all well, and please stay safe.
You can help take part in the din. Now, the din is a traditional part of the event, and if you go up to your top windows or wherever, you can make a big noise so it can be heard over the creek, and it helps in this year when we can't do things in a normal way still to make a mark, make that boundary noise to declare where our boundaries are for our own sink port waters.
Rolling down to Brightlingsea, rolling down to Brightlingsea.
I am delighted to be part of this great, historical, colourful ceremony again this year. And although we're still not quite back to normal, I hope to be in Brightlingsea on the 30th of May, blessing everything that I can. It's a wonderful tradition that goes back to the days before accurate maps, that on or around Ascension Day, which we've just had, people from the community would go around the boundary markers of their village or town, and they would beat the boundary markers with a branch of birch or willow, and the vicar might shout out things like, "Cursed is he who transgresseth the bounds or doles of his neighbour." Of course, here it's also served as a reminder that that dodgy lot in Colchester need to know just what was the extent of their fishing rights and how far they could come and no further. And I think that it helps preserve the unique identity of Brightlingsea. So as I go around praying for God's blessing, I will bless your Blue Flag Beach, your award-winning recreation ground, the awesome football club. Come on, you Regents, the Leaning Tower of Bateman. I will bless the waters, yes, and make some noise to ward off those dodgy Colcestrians. And I will pray for the prosperity of this town. But more than that, I will pray that God will bless you, that the wonderful people of this amazing town and port may know God's protection, that you may know God's love and his peace and his joy.
Bless you! So how can you get involved? Well, the first thing you can do is to give your house a boat name. If you have any boats or pictures of boats, you might want to put them out on your driveway or in your windows. If you like, you could go down to the seafront and paddle your toes in the sea itself, maybe catch sight of some of the boats racing. Another thing you might want to do is to dress up in a stripy top like a sailor, or perhaps like a pirate if you have a costume, or you can make something at home. Hang out flags and decorations, and let us know you're doing it so that we can come around and bless you with our special primed for the day water pistols. Above all though, use the time to think about the sea and what we love about being beside the seaside here in Brightlingsea. So if your house were a boat, what would you name it?